Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. Today let's talk about a new broker that has arrived in town, and you know that means an opportunity to get your free stocks. And the broker of the day is Webull Singapore. Now I'm sure some of you have heard about Webull because a lot of YouTube content creators actually use Webull when they are doing their live streaming, and because Webull has such a good app and desktop interface. So when they arrived in Singapore, I was rather excited to go and try out all their functions and features, and hereby going to do a walkthrough of how the mobile app works for you. Now, as of the current date of recording, Webull only has the mobile app, so we don't have the desktop interface yet, so maybe we have to wait a little while longer for those who prefer to trade on their computers. Now, one attractive thing about Webull is that they pride themselves to be the true zero commission broker, and what that means is that they really do not have any commission fees or platform fees for the time being. But if we look at the pricing and the fees of the Webull platform, then we can look at the details, starting with US stocks and ETFs. So you will note that there is really zero commission, zero platform fees, and whatsoever fees. The rest of the fees are really smaller fees charged by the SEC and not charged by Webull at all. What that means is that even if you use another broker to go and trade, you will still have to incur these fees. So I think that's a fairly good deal if you want to use a zero cost brokerage. Now, if you do want to use margin and go and invest, meaning you go and borrow money instead of your own money, Webull actually have a promotional rate of 0% interest up to your first 50,000 USD. And this promotion will be valid until they have updated or ended the promotion. But they still do have to charge you 3.5% annual interest if you do loan above 50,000 USD, which is quite a good deal, right? I mean, if you are on margin, I think 50,000 is a fairly good margin for you to use for now. Of course, I will assume that before you even manage to borrow 50,000, you must have like 50,000 worth of assets in the Webull app itself so that they can use it as collateral. It's not like you can really borrow money out of thin air without any assets in there. Next, let's move on to the Hong Kong stocks, right? How much are they charging for the individual stocks and ETF? So for Hong Kong, it's charging $0 commission and $0 platform fees as well. Also, if we look at the financing rate, it's 0% up to the first 500,000 Hong Kong dollars, then 4.5% per annum for the amounts above $500,000, which is not too bad either, right? I think it's still quite a large margin of loan that you can borrow at 0% interest. Now, for some of you who may be worried whether Webull is a safe platform for you to invest and put your money inside the app, at least you can know that Webull is actually regulated with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. So it means you have to follow very strict compliance laws in the finance space of Singapore. Next, let's take a look at the mobile app platform. And I'm sure many of you will be familiar with the platform by now, because it kind of looks like the other trading security platform that we have used so far. Starting from the first tab, we have the watch list, and you can see that when I actually add a stock into my watch list, it comes out as a company logo at the side. So it's like a little nice aesthetic touch to it to see what is your company logo that you are interested in. Of course, the usual data applies. You have your price, you have your percentage change, you have your market cap even if you want to put it in. All these can be adjusted in your settings when you are using the platform. Next, you do have feed. So feed is kind of like a social media content page whereby other people can talk about this particular stock or the particular market. What are they interested in? It's more like a social media kind of style whereby you can interact with other Webull users, your comments and thoughts about the current market or that particular stock. So I think that is fairly common among different kind of trading platforms. We do see these kind of features very common already, and some of them even gamify the process, such as if you leave a comment, give a like, it will give points. But so far, I don't think Webull is adopting that yet. Next up in the center, we do have the central Webull account tab. Now, before your account is approved, this page will just be a blank. Like it says your application is processing, it's pending, it's verifying further checks on others. Then when your account is approved, then you can see further details and usages of this Webull app. This is where you can actually look at your assets, your orders, your transfers, your deposits, withdrawals, everything within this tab. And it's like your central account management. You can also look at your trade history or your monthly or daily statement if you have done any trades previously. Next up is the markets tab. So this tab will actually track what are the news surrounding the current market as well as the stocks that you are interested in your watch list. And even world news about the current macro economy, things that will affect businesses, and even the global market indices. That's where you can know whether your S&P 500 is down 5% or up 10%. I think that's a fairly useful tab if you do want to have like a macroeconomic view of the current events. And lastly, on the bottom right, we do have your menu and settings. Okay, nothing much to say about this. It's basically about the customizations and the features of the Webull app that you can do so that it can better suit your taste. Okay, one important aspect of using a broker is their funding and their foreign currency rate, right? So for Webull, they do have 3 options for you to transfer in funds. One is the DDA, direct debit authorization, which is what I use. It's kind of like a gyro link up. So for example, I use my DBS account and it's linked to the DDA. So Webull is actually authorized to actually take funds when I send an instruction for them to take money out of my DBS account. And it's quite instantaneous. Within 5 seconds that you approve the transfer, it will be into your account. Likewise, if you want to do withdrawals. The other method is to use the fast transfer, which means fast and safe transfer in the long form, right? So for this method, you do have to input the account number, the reference in your bank account app, and then it will send the money through the fast network to your Webull account. It takes slightly longer, maybe like 10 to 15 seconds, though I have not tried it since I already have DDA via DBS. Now note that DDA and fast transfer is only valid for Singapore dollars if you have a Singapore dollar bank account. So if you have a foreign currency to deposit, you have to do a telegraphic transfer, which is the third option of funding your Webull account. So for TT, you can actually use SGD or USD or HKD to transfer into the Webull account. Just follow the instructions of the bank, the references, make sure the address, the details are all there, and then maybe there is a little bit of processing time. So that's for the funding. Next, let's talk about the foreign exchange rate. Let's use my own example, right? I actually wanted to convert $10 USD. So how much do I need for $10 USD? As at the current time, the spot rate between USD to SGD was actually 1.375, and the Webull rate given was that I need to use $13.85 to buy $10 of USD. So that is the exchange rate, right? 1.385. And if we use it as a spread, that will be around 0.7%. If you do it the other way around, I think it's the same. If you have USD and you want to convert to SGD, and the spot rate was actually 1.375, right? So Webull would actually give you a rate of 1.365, meaning your $10 USD would give you 13.65 SGD. So that's like a 0.7% spread again. That's from my own experience. I don't know if it may vary because of different daily fluctuations of the exchange rate. Anyway, do make sure you deposit at least 2,000 Singapore dollars on your first deposit into Webull account. There is currently a sign up promotional offer. That means that if you deposit $2,000 worth of Singapore dollars and above and execute one buy trade, you do get $60 worth of fractional Apple shares. And there is actually a secondary bonus, which means you make 5 more buy-in trades, you do get $40 worth of Apple shares, totaling up to 100 USD worth of fractional Apple shares. Now do remember to hold your $2,000 within the Webull Securities app for at least 30 days or wait till your Apple shares are credited before you even withdraw the $2,000. Otherwise, the rewards will be forfeited. Of course, after you have signed up for your Webull account, you can straight away go and refer your other friends to come and join Webull as well, because you will get $30 worth of Apple fractional shares as the referrer. So what I did was very simple, right? I could show you what I did. I basically deposited 2,001 Singapore dollars and then I exchanged $13.85 Singapore dollars into 10 US dollars because that's the minimum that you can change for. And I used this $10 USD to go and buy Grab shares. Of course, I executed the buy-in and closed the trade within the same day because I don't want to hold on to any Grab shares. So that's what I did. I did my 6 trades with Grab stock and I'm still waiting currently for my 30 days to be up while keeping the $2,000 within the Webull app so that I can get my total $100 USD worth of Apple fractional shares. So that's what I did for the sign up promotion. To qualify for it, you can just copy what I did, but don't take what I'm investing in as financial advice. Because you know this video is not sponsored by Webull anyway, so it's really my own thoughts about it. But if you really do want to sign up with another stockbroker to get your free shares, then you can look at my earlier video where I showed you how I use the other brokers and the steps followed to do the trades so that you can get their sign up bonus, which is worth up to 1 Tesla share, which is like 700 over USD now. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.